Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Ashlee and I'm a homeschooling mom of 4, and I have been sharing my homeschooling journey on here since my oldest daughter was in the 3rd grade. Now, I don't usually film videos at night or in my kitchen with my dogs wandering around behind me, so if you hear clicking, that's what that noise is. But I've been needing to make this video, and my husband just took all 4 of the kids out to the park, so they're gone for like an hour, and so I had a quiet moment other than the clicking of the dog's nails to sit down and do this video. If you're new, it's not gonna really, you're not gonna feel the weight of this video, but for me, this is like a huge monumental thing happening in my life. My oldest daughter is going into 9th grade. She is starting high school, and I am going to be continuing to homeschool her. It's what she wants, and it's what I want, and it's what we feel God wants. So we are all in agreement that this is the continued avenue we will be going for educating her. And so you guys have all been around with me for such a while that I have been sharing things in my homeschooling journey. Some things real time, and a lot of things from like a place of, this is what worked for me when I was doing that. My glasses are gonna be distracting with the ring light, so let me take those off. So I am sharing real time with you guys for this video for my daughter. So, sometimes I share things from experience, and sometimes I share things that I'm currently navigating. And this is one of those things that I am currently navigating. But you guys have asked me to keep sharing stuff for older kids, and so that is what I'm here to do. So to summarize that whole intro, as I plan things for her, obviously I'm gonna do all of my planning before she starts high school in the fall of 2021. So there's gonna be a lot of planning videos coming to my channel for high school, and I'm not claiming that this is the right way to do it. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I am a mom who has done my due diligence and prayed, most importantly, about what is coming for her and probably my subsequent children. So I just want to throw that out there. Definitely do your own research. Definitely pray about it. Definitely, just take my word as, a valued opinion, but not, like everything I say, it might not work for you. That's what I'm trying to say. So these videos are going to be coming in parts on my channel. So you'll see part 1, part 2. I'm going to make sure that I do that. So today is going to be part 1. We are actually starting to plan for high school, and I am sharing with you guys where I started, how I started, and what I've got figured out so far. And then there'll be a part 2 when we make some more firm decisions, but this is just how I've begun planning for homeschooling high school. So step number 1 for planning for high school is do your state's research. Go on the HSLDA website, figure out the laws in your state, your country, make sure you're squared away there. That's obviously like step 0. After that, that's kind of where, after that, I would say, is in the 8th grade year, maybe experiment with some different curriculums that go on into the high school level to see if those things might work. We did that with a few curriculums for her 8th grade year, and I'm glad we did. So I would say do those 2 things before you start planning. So now for what you're here for. So I'm a pen and paper girl, always have been, always will be. So if you do it, virtually, then that would obviously look different. So what I did was I went on to my state's school district website, and I simply printed off the, I have like a login that I don't want to reveal right there. I printed off the graduation requirements for my state. So there are the graduation requirements for the state that I live in. So that can be found by doing a quick Google search. That was step number one. I remember what they were when I graduated, but obviously things change, and they had changed actually. So I went on there and I printed out my state's graduation requirements. So that would be step number one. Then step number two, I took a notebook and I simply divided 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade. And I used the graduation requirements of my state as a, basic level spot to start. So for example, English in my state is required for 4 credits. Now a credit generally means a year of study. So 1 year of English every year of high school. So from seeing that, I was able to say, okay, she's gonna take English 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Then math in my state is only required 3 credits. So I went ahead and wrote down math, math, and math for 9th through 11th grade. Now, I'm not saying like when she's in 12th grade, she might not be doing math. She probably definitely will be doing math, but it'll probably be a college credit math class by the time she's a senior. So needless to say, that's what I did for all of the requirements for high school. I broke them down. If she needs 4 credits, she needs 4 years. If she needed 3 credits, she needs 3 years. If she needs 2 science credits, that's only 2 years. So that's what I did as just a basic groundwork introductory level is I just wrote down if she were to be in public school, these would be the classes she would be required to take. Now, I am definitely not planning beyond 9th grade. I am simply doing this for 9th grade, so her freshman year of high school. So what I have written down for her of required classes based on my state's graduation requirements. Sorry, the lighting, you guys, I told you I don't film at night, but like there's 0 times that my house is empty and quiet. And so anyway, I wrote down the graduation the classes for 9th grade. So these are again, just based off of the graduation requirements. If she were to be in public school, this is what would be required. And obviously we are going to go above and beyond the bare minimum of our state's requirements, but that at least gives me like ground level. So that would be step 2. Find your state's graduation requirements, write out, on a piece of paper, kind of create like a rough draft of what classes are going to need to be done all 4 years of high school, what classes are going to need to be done 3 years, 2 years, so on and so forth. Another thing that I want to briefly mention is physical education is on my state's graduation requirements for 2 credits. However, my daughter is a club competitive soccer player, and so her PE requirements are fulfilled forever. So she's not going to be doing like any additional PE. I'm just going to record her hours that she is practicing, and that will count as her PE. So anyway, beyond that, for 9th grade, she has to be doing an English class, a math class, a science class, half a credit of a computers class, and at least 1, that gives 5 because she would probably have PE freshman year. That would equal 6 classes, which is pretty much standard in high school, is to take 6 classes. Since her PE is already taken care of, that leaves 5 classes that she needs to take. And so we probably will have her take an additional elective in ninth grade because she does need 7.5 elective credits to graduate in our state. So that is what is on the docket for freshman year. I at least know the subjects she needs to have, and I at least have an idea of how many electives she's going to be taking, and that is step numero uno to planning high school, is going and creating like a plan. Like, if you're going to graduate your child from homeschool in the state that you live in, then it would probably be wise to base your homeschool ground level expectations off of your high school or your state's high school graduation requirements. And then of course you can always beef it up and add more on. So I know that her transcript is going to be even better than if she was in public school, but this is just where we're starting. So again, for ninth grade, that's an English class, a math, a science, half a year of computers, Spanish as an elective, and then probably one additional elective. Now, I did, like I said, list out the potential classes for the future years, but I am really only focused right now on ninth grade. She will turn 15 at the end of her ninth grade year. So she is starting ninth grade 14 and will finish just having turned 15, so 14 to 15. So 10th grade is probably going to have driver's ed and some SAT and ACT prep, but I'll keep you guys posted on those high school years as we come to. So for those classes then, now that I have a list of what she needs to take, I obviously will share all of the curriculum picks in upcoming videos, but I can already pretty much tell you exactly where her classes are going to be coming from because of the experimental stuff we did this year from using BJU and trying a few different other things. So once those decisions are firmly made, I will report back with curriculum videos like what I'm using for my ninth graders. So those will be coming. But if you were in the boat of not knowing what you wanted to use for high school, then this would be the point where you would want to research some high school level courses for those classes that are needed based off of your state's graduation requirements. So for example, like English, pretty sure we're gonna use the good and the beautiful. Actually, not pretty sure. I'm 100% confident, spoiler alert, we will be using the good and the beautiful. Math, will probably continue with teaching textbooks. Science, we will probably continue with BJU. Computers is the one that I'm kind of like, not sure about. I got some recommendations from you guys and I need to research them a little further. Spanish 2 will come from BJU, and the extra elective course, I'm gonna let her choose. So filmmaking, I think, is something that we discussed, or photography. So we'll see what she ends up wanting to study and choose for her extra elective, and where that comes from, I'm not sure yet, but the other ones, that's kind of what I've got. The last thing that I wanted to briefly mention is that I am keeping all of this information in a Homeschool Mom binder. This was something that I created at the beginning of this school year, and it is something that I am going to need to keep forever now, because I just want to make sure that I've got all my bases covered. I want to make sure that I am, awarding her grades correctly on her transcripts and all of those things. So I recommend, getting a binder to keep things in. And the last thing that I want to mention in this video is there's a website called homeschoolsuccess.com, and they have typical high school requirements on there. So these are not, I use the back of a paper. These are what the website has. And they have, for college, basically, they have like a college ready category, a competitive category, and a most competitive. So if you have a child who at the age of 14 knows where they want to go to college, then it would not hurt to look and see, like, is it a competitive school? It says 4 years, including literature and composition, honors level preferred. And for most competitive, it says 4 years of honors level courses, including literature and composition. So options include American literature, British literature, world literature, composition, speech, English 1 through 4. So I just found this to be helpful to kind of see, like, okay, college ready versus most competitive, this is what they're looking for. Things like foreign language, for most competitive colleges, they want 4 years of a study of the same foreign language, and for college ready, it's only 2 years of foreign language. So I found this to be helpful for no other reason than to just look at it. It gives some good information, so I'll link that down below for you guys. So I stuck that in my binder. So this is part 1 of my planning high school for the very first time videos. I know I am going to make mistakes, and I know that I am going to say, oh, I thought that's what we were gonna do and we didn't end up doing that. And I know that this is going to be a learning curve, and part of that is a little scary to be sharing kind of like uncharted waters and territories like live time, but I have to plan high school for her, and we're homeschooling 1000%, so no time better than 6 months before to start planning and researching. So I feel better knowing the classes she's going to need to take next year, and I feel better knowing kind of where those things are going to come from. And so I wanted to share with you guys in case any of you are planning high school. So give me a thumbs up if you cannot believe my daughter is going into high school. I am having a serious emotional response to that. I can't believe it. And I also can't believe I'm still on YouTube talking about homeschool. I'm just having like all the feelings. So this is part 1 of this video. It will be saved to the Homeschooling High School playlist, and there will be more videos coming after this, obviously, for all things homeschooling high school. This is the dawn of a new age, guys. So anyways, if you have any feedback, suggestions, anything, post them down in the comments. Questions, I'll be happy to answer to the best of my knowledge. And I hope you guys find this helpful, even though I'm like doing it in such a, you know, like unprofessional way. Like I just have my notebook and pen and paper, and I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. So anyways, I hope this helps. And thanks for dealing with the scratching dog at the door. I'll see you guys in my next video really soon. Bye, guys.